What's going on, guys? So I'm back with another one take video. Going back talking more about the hemi blocked with the non-hemi head. And at first I did throw the other engine out. When I mean throw it out, put it in a junk pile. But I figured, you know what, let's show some differences in these two engines. And there's a lot of videos on this already, but I figured I'd just do my own. Plus I'm going to explain a couple things that even when I looked at videos, it didn't really explain. A lot of people on Facebook, it's hard to get answers because for certain things is, I don't know, I guess everything's a secret. And anyway, so this is a non-hemi block. As you know, I told you guys the story of the magnet, me driving like a wild man, not doing the proper things, like, where's that? And watching the tack. Get your tack on your engine. If you're gonna do zip tie shit, get your tack. Even if you delete the governor fully, get your tack. It's only gonna help you. It's gonna save your engine. But anyway, I wasn't paying attention to the tack. It was on the Rascal. It's on the Rascal, and I was drifting and revving like an idiot and drifting all across the damn wet grass, and I threw the magnet. Anyway, enough about that. So this is a non-hemi block. It has a dish in the block. If you look, you see it's a dish. It has less compression. What I was thinking was, I have two engines. This one was messed up. This one was messed up because of the magnet. This one was messed up for another reason. I figured let's just try this hemi to non-hemi thing, right? As you see, it's got a flat top piston, which is obviously for more compression. So I hit the Facebook, and there was a guy named, and I may be butchering his name wrong, Tawaski Andrews, and he's gave me a few good answers about he's helped me out a little bit. And you know, doing this, he was explaining, like, doing this swap, you know, putting the non-hemi head onto the hemi block. Obviously you got that flat top piston, and I don't know, I think this piston is made from a better material. I mean, if you look at that, this is more like a cast. With this, it's not a cast piston. But anyway, he was saying that you're going to gain, it has a 14cc more smaller chamber. So you're going to gain with the non-hemi head on the hemi block 14cc smaller. So that's more compression. More compression equals more power most of the time, right? All right, so here's a couple other things that I came along the road as I was trying to get this all together that a lot of people don't explain. Let's see here, are they in? All right, there they are. So you got these rods. These rods right here push up against the rockers, right? You have both of these engines, right? You're gonna wanna use the non-hemi rods. Don't try to use the hemi rods because they're too long. And they're gonna push up. I think mine's was it was on the exhaust side, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it pushed the exhaust side wide open because it was just too big. They're too long. So you're gonna want to use, if you have both engines and you're tearing them apart or whatever, you're gonna want to use the non-hemi rods in here, all right, and in the head, because they're shorter. There's a big difference in length. Let me grab one here. If you look here, and it's not by much, but the hemi head is a little longer. So after I learned that on my own, after putting it together, you're going to want to use the non-hemi rods. That was one thing I could never get nobody to answer for some reason on Facebook. I asked a couple other members on YouTube. Want to give me the answer to that. Another one, which I'm just going to wing it anyway. I'm trying to get the answer to. I'm just going to wing it. Why not, right? If the motor messes up, it messes up. So if you look at these gaskets, this gasket, this is the hemi gasket, way thicker, hell of a lot thicker than the thin metal gasket from the non-hemi engine. We're going to go ahead and use this one. I'm just going to wing it and say screw it. We'll use the non-hemi one. If it blows, it blows. It's just an engine, a junk engine anyway. Like I said, both these engines that fell broke down for obvious dumb reasons when I first started messing around with these engines, and obviously I was going to throw them out, and then I was like, hell, let's just try something. Because I was going to buy the Dakar for here, and I still may buy the Dakar for this bike. But we're going ahead and just slap this thing together and maybe build that engine for this bike, and see, I'm still on the up on buy the flywheel. Do I spend 120 to 100 on the flywheel, or do I just go ahead and buy the Dakar for $179.99 and I already got the flywheel on it? So it's one of those hard decisions here. I think I might just build it, because the bike I'm building for my son, he's only 6, so I don't think he's going to be driving like a madman, and I'll let him rock with it and learn how to drive it, and the magnet blows, we'll just go get him another engine. Pretty much. That's what I was kind of thinking about doing, because, man, just spending 120 on a flywheel where you can go buy the Dakar 212. Now, here's the thing. And I'll say this, and I'll go ahead and say it now. If I build this engine, and for some reason, it amazes me, like people are saying that, you know, they become powerhouses when you do this swap, then maybe I will get the flywheel. I think I will. If this engine runs really good and is a powerhouse, and do testing, and we're gonna run some of the other bikes, and if it runs good, it runs good. I probably will waste the money on the flywheel. With that said, I've had this sitting, this 10 degree flywheel from OBM Warehouse. I've had it sitting for God knows how long. How I lost it, found it, lost it, and found it again. I did make a shed cleanup video that I was thinking about posting, about me finding what things you could find when you just clean up a little. And this is one of the parts that I found, along with a 9 sprocket for a torque converter for the rear of the torque converter, but along with loads of other stuff. But anyway, I'm going off topic. So we got the 18-pound valve springs. I mean, not the 8. I'm sorry. We got the 22-pound valve springs in this head. We'll see how she performs. Like I said in the previous video, I went and put a nut in there and then covered this with this epoxy. Now, I had a friend use the same epoxy on a Ford Bronco that had a cracked block, and I think it was leaking coolant. So wherever the coolant was on the block, anyway, he had a cracked block about 1.5 years ago. He used this stuff, and he's still driving around that Ford Bronco. So maybe this will last. If it don't, like I said, don't matter. Just junk Predator engine head sitting around. Trying to think, is there anything else that I need to talk about? I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it worth it about the flywheel? I mean, I've got other engines and better engines that I've built, and I don't know. I always wanted to try it. I also painted the valve cover for it. Make it a little fancy, you know. You can't really see it in light, but it has a pearl effect. There's like, I did a 3-stage paint job to get this color. I was thinking about doing them splash things, but that came out decent. I had one little spot right there I messed up, but other than that, hell, it's going to be under the engine. You might not even see that side of the bike. Plus, I might end up drilling there anyway to put a fuel pump on it. You know, put a fuel pump on the bike. So, bitch, I put damn fingerprints on there. Yeah. So, that's about it. Just a little update video. We're going to do the flywheel next. I'm not going to do it on camera. But we're going to put this 10-degree flywheel on there. And that's about it. I never did one of these before, so it'll be different. I know I said I was going to port the head, but I don't want to do too much at once. I want to take baby steps. I'll put it together, run it. If it runs good, I'll pull the engine back, port, then I'll do the port. I want to just see if I can get this sucker running. I'll even debated on even not using this 10-degree key yet and get it running. But hell, I've already got the engine out and everything, and so I'm just gonna do this 10-degree flywheel key. I can't make that much of a difference as far as trying to get it running properly. All right, guys, you have a good one, and wear your helmet even when I don't. See you later.